You never get that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like Stranger Things just feels like a movie.
It's so good, eh? But that's where it's going, I think. And I'm such a big fan of movies, but series are taking it over.
No, straight up.
No one cares what you're a fan of.
Okay, is everyone
That's what
ready?
this whole podcast is about. Yes.
Alright, we ready?
Yes, we're ready
Are
to
you
be
streaming
crept
us
on.
now?
Yes.
Oh, this guy.
I don't know why you're complaining. You're never in the stream. Nobody wants to see you.
That's why I'm complaining.
Okay. We all have lives that we want to get to. Let's do this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, did you just knock over your vape?
What's your surname?
Okay, what?
Who's in it?
Whose surname?
Ditsepo.
Chopa.
Chopa.
That's K.
KGOPA.
Okay, let's get back onto track. We are terrible.
Are we recording? Let's do this, guys.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Binge League.
Whose podcast is this?
No, I said I wasn't gonna do it this time. It's ours. It's a communal project. We're communists here. Okay,
Cool.
We share everything. It's everyone's podcast. I just say my name first. My name is Shannon. I'm one of the many people that like to run this podcast. Obviously, the Binge League. To my left, as per usual, Yuvan. What's happening, bro?
Hello, thank you for having me on your podcast.
No, I'm a communist. I have nothing, bro. Leave me alone.
He's overcompensating now.
Yeah, because he said the Russian word.
D, what's happening, bro?
The name's the real D. Okay.
Again!
Yes!
You guys have been waiting for that. Handle is at the real RKD.
And then also on,
The name is...
on Grindr, you can find him at the real.
What's Grindr?
Download the app.
Good save.
Download it, start a profile, we'll talk about it next week.
Yes.
Nah, I don't trust anything. I can't trust anything. No.
I guarantee you, the funniest podcast this side of the equator. Next we have Karabo. It's so good to have you back. What's happening?
I'm happy and excited again because we're at the end. And I've
Yes.
just been waiting to get you because, yeah.
Your smile right now is just
Not
giving
that
us all energy. I love it.
I'm not saying that I don't want to be here with you guys anymore. I'm just saying that the season has been so lit and we are at the end and that's why I'm happy.
Okay.
Yes.
Things happen.
Pri, what's happening? How are
How's
you?
it? How's it, guys? What's happening? I'm good and you.
It's been a while since we've recorded, so it's really good to see you all back
Yeah,
in
it has
one
been a
space
while.
again.
Bit of costume change.
Costume changes, smoke breaks, whatever. But obviously, guys, we are
Coke
now...
breaks.
Coke breaks.
Coca-Cola.
Oh.
That's like really
Product
part
placement.
of yeah. Bree is making sure that he's got a can of Coke on him every
Literally
time we're talking
from
about Stranger Things.
Episode 1 of
Because
the
it
podcast.
features so much on the show. Yeah, can Coca-Cola make a plan and give this man?
A truck show.
I like that. Anyway, let's jump right into it.
Even smells like Applewise in here. Maybe they can sponsor.
Okay, guys.
No.
All the product placement that's going on here.
Effectively, what we're saying, what everyone is saying is, we're hungry. Please send us food now.
Decorum.
Okay, I don't know what
Decorum.
you guys are talking about.
I'm just glad though, just the fact that the product placement of Stranger Things did not get annoying.
Yeah.
Talking about product placement. It didn't get annoying. Did you guys
It
feel annoyed at some point?
almost got annoying.
They were bordering.
It's like, that's chill.
They were
Except,
bordering on it.
Up until Lucas did his thing, but we'll get to that. But up until Lucas did his thing, it was literally, I was like, well, come on, man, it's enough now. We get it. You're a $1 billion company. You're Coke. You own the world. Shot.
All right, let's jump into it. After
Oh, yeah,
that
sorry.
Delicious. I love how we're probably at the most intense part of the entire series and we're talking about product placements. That's how we do it at the Binge League. We like to keep it fresh, keep it funky. Anyway, let's jump into it. How episode, or rather chapter 6 ends is that the Mind Flayer is coming for all of us. And there's a little girl that is sitting on top of a Ferris wheel with her parents. And in the distance, she sees trees shaking. And I am utterly terrified.
That's not just a little girl. That's
Yeah.
Mike's parents and his sister.
Yeah.
Not Nancy, the younger sister. Yes. Okay.
So we have... Okay, obviously. So she's part of the family, everything.
Yes.
And in the distance, they see trees shaking. It's not a T-Rex. It is the Mind Flayer, and it is huge. Where's it going, guys? Where's it going?
Well, we know now that it's going to Hopper's hut. And also another quick side note. Notice how the kid saw the demigod or the monster and not the adults, as is the case. This is like South Park, where the adults are just useless idiots that know nothing except Joyce and Hopper.
But that happens somewhere else as well, where it's even Phineas and Ferb with the sister.
Yes.
It's like, Mom, Phineas and Ferb did their own title sequence, you know, and the mom's like, what? Well seen, well spotted. My goodness, good man.
Oh, I thought that's where you were going with that.
No, not at all.
Oh.
I was just like, there's a giant tarantula-looking monster running, and I'm shit scared right now, to be honest. What was really cool about this episode is that they jumped right into it.
Yeah.
We've got the Mind Flayer running down the road, huge, going straight to Al and her friends, and I was thinking, okay, we're only going to get this, like, right there. Whoa! Oh my goodness, it's at the hut.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How did we get there?
Yeah.
Is it just me that was like, this is crazy quick and crazy nice? Was that just me?
I just felt like that the whole season, though.
Yeah.
That they just get to things real quick.
Yeah, and I think it was actually very nicely done, because I was laughing a little bit because they step outside and I was thinking, oh, it's going to be like a couple miles away. You see it. They see the mountain and like say, honey, I'm home.
Don't you think the whole carnival setup is also
beautiful.
Really creepy too?
Yes.
Beautiful, but
like
so
most circus
creepy.
setups, and so it's just it is creepy.
Like that already, I was like, the setup,
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
It's mad. It's
The,
mad.
the
It's
pace
mad.
was incredible, and then we come to a scene. Obviously, the Mind Flayer. There's this big confrontation between the Mind Flayer and this little hut, and I think it's a reference to one of the movies at that time, something about Night of the Living Dead, where, and I think it's a trope we see and again, where tentacles go into a place rather than the monster itself. Pirates of the Caribbean, for example, the Kraken.
Yes.
Wow, and it is really a great device for creating fear, because you don't know where this Mind Flayer piece is gonna pop out from and everything like that. And I was freaking out. I was like, who's gonna get the axe? Who's gonna get dragged out by the Mind Flayer? I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And to the point, obviously, where Elle intervenes and starts fighting this thing pretty much single-handedly.
Well,
Yeah, dude, she's got a lot on her plate, but she still kind of gets through it. Very well done. Fighting against the Mind Flayer. Everyone kind of gets involved. There's an axe there.
Lucas swings an axe to save Max. Yeah.
Yes.
Lucas has had some great moments. Episode 7 and 8 of, having a moment that
Defines,
he's not gonna
he's got
kill it,
ideas,
but
and
he's got ideas that actually help to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I
Defeat.
feel like I want to touch on this and now before we get further in. I feel like Lucas is one of the characters that kind of took a back seat in this season.
His sister took the shine.
Yeah. I think
That's very
as little sisters often do. You know, when you go visit someone and it's also like, what is this creature? You know, it's so much energy. But obviously we have this huge showdown, and what happens at the end of it, Elle actually gets attacked by the Mind Flayer. It's looking pretty bad.
Ooh.
And
Right.
the bite, obviously what this episode is, that I felt that bite.
Yeah.
Right?
You did not feel it like I felt it. I've been bitten by a dog in the exact same spot.
So,
I'm not even joking, guys. Like
A demo dog. Now we're nerding
Yeah, that
out.
was a whole
Stranger Things.
it's moment for me.
Joburg edition, man. But I must be honest, I actually laughed out loud when that happened, because we had this moment where Elle gets bitten. Obviously, Mike saves her and rips this thing off, and this thing goes scurrying away. Right, this piece that actually
Ew.
beat Elle. And I just in my mind, I just feel like this little piece went back to all the next to the other bras. It's like, guys, I bit her. I got her. I got her. You know, like it just the way that it ran away, it was like that. You know the hand from Adam's Family, the way that it like scurries away.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
I got it. It was like, yeah, woo. You know. So I really enjoyed it. I'm so sorry, but we'll go back into normality right now. But yeah, obviously we've got this big moment. Elle is injured for the first time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously she's had brain shame. She's been through a lot,
but physically injured by
Physically
something. By the
and under threat, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, her leg reminded me of the scene from Requiem for a Dream, where his arm was so infected from all the injecting.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Bleh.
Yeah, so in terms of scene, I was mortified. I thought this is a problem. Because it's always like in the zombie movies where they get bit on the leg or something where it goes really, really bad. So I was like, this is going to be a problem. We don't know what it's going to be just yet, but I'm a little bit afraid.
Yeah.
But for the moment, let's jump to a lighter bit of...
No, but wait, sorry.
Yes,
before,
of course.
That powerful part where she's like, "I'll do it."
Yeah.
When she decides to rip it out.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
but
but
that's
yeah,
later.
that's
That's
later,
later.
that's
We'll
later.
we'll
We'll
get
get
right
to
there.
that.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
in the mall, yeah.
No stress. We'll get
That's in the
there.
finale, yeah?
It is a
It's in
powerful
the
spot.
Stockport battle.
No, it's still episode 7.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Stop.
We must.
Cut that out, Kevin.
The fun thing, obviously. Gav.
Well, we're talking about episode 7 and 8 anyway, guys.
Gav
So,
is.
There are no more
preparing.
spoilers.
No,
now.
we'll get there. It's
Okay.
it's
We're warming
nicely
the water.
with the there's a nicer stream that I kind of so stick to the script.
Okay,
So I
sorry.
start
Your part.
Sorry,
Shadows
you
are
are.
lost.
Sorry.
Yes,
No,
Shannon.
put all of our mics off now.
No. Gav, if you could just edit that out if I'm not my pitches aren't too high. So
Thanks, Shannon L947.
Sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's
So
talk
what are
about
we
it.
discussing next, Shannon?
No, we've actually got the list right in front of me. But what I do want to discuss is this beautiful thing that Stranger Things is once again horror combined with a nice kind of romantic comedy at times, and we have this beautiful moment between while Joyce and Hopper are racing back to save the children with Murray. And Murray just lets them have it. He says, "You guys need to have sex."
Yeah.
Just like he did to Jonathan and Nancy when they visited him.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
And then they stood, one on the couch on the bed, and they stood by the door, and then boom, they wake up and act like nothing happened. And he's like,
Yeah. I just think in terms of a monologue, in terms of a moment, in terms of like what the audience is thinking, like, yeah, tell them, because that's what we've been seeing this whole season.
Yeah.
A beautiful moment, and I like to actually focus on that a little bit more. Just the fact that these two kind of are beautiful together. Obviously, it's weird because a lot of the times when we watch movies, they're brought together because it's. Are you okay?
yeah, I'm just shedding a tear.
No, it is. Because in movies, we find often these people fall in love because they're in
Circumstantial.
circumstantial.
They're facing something together, and
Well,
it brings them together. But
these two also have shared trauma. Guys.
Yeah.
no, it's true.
That's a question. Do you think without the events that
No.
Nope.
No.
no.
Papa's a drunk. She's neurotic.
They would never.
But what I fear with them is we say they'd make the perfect couple. I think they're better off when they're not dating, because I feel like if they had to start dating, it'll be just, it's too crazy. There's too much.
Yeah,
Sure.
There's
would
way
definitely
too
get
much.
Too soft for her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And she'll get fatter, and it's a whole other mess.
Yo, dude, you do get fat, bro. No. We really do, but we'll get. That comes up in
Who
this.
gets fat?
Hopper gets fat.
Oh.
He is
Okay.
a giant.
Oh,
You
you
went
said
from
we
grasshopper.
get fat. I was just saying.
No, but we could. I mean, we as the Binge League, we do everything together. So if I decide that I want to
No,
let
you're
myself
on your own,
go.
I think I've got more than enough. Don't try to bring me into it.
But that obviously does happen later in the episode, where Hopper takes on some Russians in a very successful manner. But in the meantime, I want to take a look at the times where Dustin and Erica look after Steve and Robin because they are still high. Obviously, they've managed to escape from this.
They're in the movie now, yeah.
Yes. And it's once again, Stranger Things does that awesome thing where Steve is a kid who is kind of everyone's mom and dad at the same time.
Yeah.
And now Dustin and Erica, who are actually kids, are looking up after Steve
Yes.
and Robin.
Yes.
And I think that's a beautiful-
Steve's always just waking up from something. Remember in the second or first season when he woke up in the car, he got knocked the
Yeah.
frick out.
Well, that was
By
second,
Billy.
Yeah, it was second season by Billy. Yeah, he got
And he wakes up.
completely
Yeah.
blanked.
And then he wakes up and he's in the car and there's Max is driving and it's just he just finds himself in weird situations.
With kids around him.
How
with
many kids
kids.
do you know? Mr. Steal Your Kids.
Mr. Steal-
Sorry, I stole that straight out of meme. We all know that. But obviously, I wanna get to that part, that beautiful moments, and I was so excited where Robin and Steve are coming off this high, and things are getting a little bit intimate. You're like, being popular isn't all that great, and I think you're pretty cool. And I was thinking, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I was just really hoping they don't kiss.
No, I was really
They had
hoping
just
they'd.
thrown up.
In a bathroom,
Yeah.
public
That
bathroom
would have
on
been
the
so
floor.
I'm like, okay, this moment
But
is beautiful, but guys, please don't kiss, please don't.
It
don't
doesn't
kiss.
get any more intimate.
No.
Once you guys share
It
vomit,
does.
then
Oh.
No, I mean that's not no.
At
no.
least have a sip of Coke before, you know.
Oh no! That was the most beautiful product placement I've ever seen in my life. At least have a sip of Coke. Pre, you've got me, dog. You've got me. But no, seriously. I mean, Shame. I think I'm a little bit addicted to like teenage drama, kind of love.
Yes.
I am.
Because you are a
I'm a
teenager.
young gun. I'm with the kids.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, in the
like
2000s.
Steve or
Not like Steve. But we have this moment, Robin and Steve, they are confessing, obviously, that in the last episode, Robin said that she was obsessed with Steve. The way that his hair was falling, the way that he ate the lunch or whatever, something like that. And I'm thinking, yes, Steve is obviously realizing he's got feelings for her. I'm like, oh, we're getting somewhere, And there's that moment where Robin's thinking, oh my goodness.
No.
This
I'm
boy...
embarrassed. Oh no, you can't be liking me now. Yeah.
But what is so beautiful about that moment is that Robin's listening to Steve talk, and she's actually realizing how he could have got so confused. Because she has that moment where she grabs her hair, and it's like, oh my goodness.
We got confused with the word obsession too.
Yeah.
And it was so
Yeah.
great that she explained that obsession so clearly to us,
And that's
Steve,
what it is.
so we get it. We had that same confusion.
But
Yes.
what was brilliant about all of that was her reactions, because her reaction, it's not necessarily like, oh no, he shouldn't be liking me. It's like, oh no, oh this is happening. I just came off a high. That's what you're thinking. Like, I just
Yeah.
came off a high. Oh no, he actually likes me. What am I going to do? Am I going to lose? I'm going to freak out. What's going to
And
happen?
I'm a
And
lesbian.
then the only reason I was obsessed with you was because someone kept on looking at you that I wanted them to look at
That
me,
was
and I'm
such a
actually a
twist.
lesbian. I was like,
That was...
Guys,
whoa!
that was an example of just amazing script writing.
Oh, just so
Exactly.
That was like,
They
yeah,
twisted the twist.
yeah.
They literally lemon twisted this.
The
No.
double
What you?
dollars.
Oh, but Lemon Twister is owned by Coke, so that's
Yeah,
fine. You
that's
can
another
still
placement.
shout out to
yeah.
them. So obviously, Robin is a lesbian, which is great.
Yeah.
It's so great.
And you also get like Steve's reaction, which is awesome too. They start talking about the girl that Robin likes, and
How she's
She's
not good
late.
enough for him, yeah.
yeah.
You know what was actually like the deeper part of that whole conversation was Steve touching on the fact that, you know, everyone saw him as this popular smart kid, not smart kid, but the popular kid, and he was like, it's such a lonely place because you're just riding this wave, and like a societal type of thing where, so you have like social media and people see this great life, and but behind the scenes people are just kind of like out of place. They're just
Eating
kind of
cereal
like,
for dinner kind of thing.
you know what I mean? They're just like, and that was a very nice touch in that conversation where they actually touched on something that's actually a real thing. You don't have to be the cool kid and all of those things, because the cool kids are the ones that are actually more confused than
Lonely,
anyone
and
else.
they don't know what's good because they've got an image, and that's all they know.
Don't you think that just comes through with like that lesson about you don't have to be a cool kid, and then the whole thing with the kids being nerds, but they're
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah.
I think for just anyone, whether you're young or you're old and you're watching that, especially for young kids though, let me actually just say that for the younger kids, if they're watching and they're seeing these nerds being so cool, I think that's another, hey, like, it's okay to be a nerd.
Well,
you
nerds
know?
rule the world.
It's
man.
okay to not be popular. So I think that's nice. It's like life lessons in there too.
And the fact that Steve works at an ice cream shop.
Well, that's because he didn't
After
get enough
being
college.
Mr. Yeah.
Yeah, not after being Mr.
What?
Popular. Sometimes
Yeah.
life can turn out like that,
Humble
but
you.
then
Yeah.
don't. And Steve handles it very well. I think he hasn't changed his personality. He's genuine. I think that's what people must take away from that. The fact that life can sometimes be hard and not for you, but you're gonna find your way. And just don't be a dick. I think that's what it is. And Steve encapsulate that, because I must be honest, I don't think I'm that mature. If I just told a girl that I really, really like you, and she's like, yo, well, obviously you got to be cool about it.
She's not into guys.
That's exactly it.
You can't really
You
do
can't
anything
even be
about
nerds.
it.
Look, I was sad because I shipped him so hard.
Your
I was
ego
like,
needs to step back. Okay.
but
My thing is
we-
with that is in the 80s, that generally wouldn't have been the actual
Yeah.
proper. That's what I while we were watching it at home, I said, no man, no guy in the 80s would have said that. They would have said what Shannon would want to have said, which is, yeah, well, you're not that great anyway, are you?
oh my god, I would, to be clear,
That's
I,
a
I,
man.
Oh,
believe
actually,
that- I
some
would
men
never
are
say
trash.
that. I would
Actually,
never say that.
What
That's
Shannon would have
that's-
said was, I love you.
Yeah, I'm gonna Ted Mosby.
just,
you
yeah,
tonight.
just Ted Mosby or her, just line and sinker.
Nah,
But
I
no,
genuinely believe that's just a personality thing. man.
Yeah, I think some people.
It doesn't
wouldn't-
matter what
yeah.
era you're born in.
Yeah.
If you feel like, yo, it's chilled, I mean, that's her prerogative. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Mm.
Well done to Steve for not being trash.
dude, yeah, and I think
Shout out.
what's nice is that a lot of the time that people say that you know, Stranger Things gets like stuck in the 80s a little bit. I don't believe that. I think none of us really believe that.
Yeah.
But they've also used that platform to say that we can change things even that are happening today.
Mm.
Even though our show is mainly about the 80s, it doesn't mean that we have to be stuck in those tropes all
Yeah.
the time. We can, because obviously people like Robin existed then all the time. So
Yeah, like
100%.
Will and Robin were effectively outed as
Mm.
gay characters,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is brilliant.
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
something
no, I can't.
that's.
I don't think so with Will. eh?
No, listen,
Well,
my
just
wife
the-
actually pointed out a good point to
Yeah.
me
We're not sure.
about
Yeah.
a scene that I completely forgot about in season 1 where the bullies actually call Mike a fag.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't
Right?
know.
So they call him that. No, and then I'm thinking back to the scene where
Mike and
Mike-
him have that confrontation.
exactly, and he took it like too hard type of thing. I'm not saying he is, but I forgot that there was that tie. That
Yeah.
it's the second time there's been
Yeah.
a reference to it.
I mean, it's alluded to anyway, so we
Yeah.
can commend Netflix and the Duffer Brothers for that. Just
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
not just diversity of character in terms of skin color, but also in terms of orientation, in terms of
Mm.
preference, in terms of who they identify with and how they identify. And it's
And-
it's brilliant.
Yeah, and talking about things that are relevant
Yeah.
now and not just in the 80s.
Exactly.
Talking about things that were very normal in the 80s. Al and Mike talking about their feelings. Very awkward moments where Mike is trying to explain that he loves her.
Oh,
Where he
yes.
goes in the
Oh,
supermarket, he's like,
yeah.
I just, there's this, you know, we were talking about those things and
Like parents,
Like-
old people say it.
like
We're
we're old? and it's just so
She
deliciously
gets so
awkward.
confused.
Which,
It
of
sounded
course,
like
yeah,
a
she's
game of
about
charades
she's
for a
about to
moment.
die, effectively.
we have this moment in the supermarket where it's also quite nice because we find that Al is injured and Max is the one that figures out, no, we've got to clean the wound. I do skateboarding. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Again, once another a nice play on gender roles and everything like that. Max is the one that says we got to clean this wound, blah, 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 blah. At the same time, there is the Coke, the terrible Coke. Tell me more about this Coke. I don't know. what you
No,
guys
we
talking
can't
about.
get into that. We've already praised Coke way too much for us.
But this is the bad Coke,
But that's
isn't
when
it?
that's when they actually talk about, like, we've seen this product placement the whole
Yes.
time, and now they finally talk about it.
Yes.
It's like, okay, guys.
And it actually makes sense,
Hold
and you're
up.
fine.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is why they're doing it because.
Since you guys are
and-
so scared of saying it, it's Coke versus Cherry Coke type of situation.
No, it's not.
No, there was actually a bad Coke or something.
No, it's not. That's
was
not
in
what
the
it
new
is.
flavor,
It
guys.
was- No,
Was
no.
it?
So what
They changed
happened?
the ingredients.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
80s to try and like beat Pepsi and completely own Pepsi and whatever the story was. They changed the entire recipe of Coke. So Coke, the recipe that we know now, wasn't the same in that period
Yeah.
of the 80s, and no one liked it.
But now, isn't that a metaphor to be yourself?
Really crap.
Another metaphor. Don't change who you're trying to be like Coke.
Wow, Shannon's inspirational hour. That's where we are
We
now.
have hit the
Sorry.
upside down.
Guys.
Lucas also finds something very important in that supermarket that other people are not taking seriously.
That's
the
the thing.
ammunition.
Yes. So the boy comes in and says, "Al
Yeah.
might not actually work in this situation, and we need to give her some help.
Yeah.
Pivotal.
Let's get the gunpowder. Let's get the super mega badass daddy motherfucking
Mm.
rocket. Sorry,
Yes.
and just kill this thing or distract this thing.
It's
or just use
basically a
something.
bomb. I love how you kept on
That's it.
saying, dude, this is the shit.
We
We
just
need
need
this.
Yeah.
like 15 of them, and then we basically got like one stick of TNT, and you're like, these are kids buying this, but
Mm.
great, there we go.
What's quite nice now is that we have all our people coming together, but we have also still this carnival moment of Alexi being introduced to consumerism, I think, to an American carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4th of July. We haven't
Yeah.
actually mentioned that this is all happening during the 4th of July. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why the season is so clever, because there's so many references to America versus Russia,
Yeah.
consumerism of the 80s, blah, 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 blah,
And
blah,
that's
blah,
when
blah.
the season dropped as well on the 4th of July this year.
Oh.
Literally.
Yeah.
And we have Alexei, the Russian scientist, and Murray, Joyce and
Bald Eagle.
yeah, Bald Eagle. Joyce and Hopper. What were they there to do there? What were they? Well, they were trying to find the kids, right?
No, they were there. They were
Yeah,
there
they
to find
thought
the
the kids
kids.
were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have obviously Alexei being introduced to American consumerism.
Yeah, they did tell him it doesn't get more American than this.
Yeah.
Winning
And
prizes.
he was so happy.
He was.
Just before he died.
No,
And we're
that's the
there.
thing.
Now
We're there. Now we've arrived
Terminator.
because
How crazy was it that we got so emotionally connected though to a character that was introduced so quick?
Exactly.
You know, like all the other characters, obviously, we've like
He
built
literally
this
did not say
connection.
much.
Yeah, with Alexei.
We don't even know what the hell he was saying. half the time.
Exactly. But when he died, it was sad.
And I think even his death is there's more to touch on there because we have this moment of Murray saying that my guy, it's all rigged, it's all bullshit, all these games, you're not gonna win anything. And Alex's like, no, I will try. And he goes and he wins a prize.
Wins of Woody Woodpecker, which is the series that he was, or the cartoon that he was watching, and he was being detained by
Stop,
the
you take me back to the moment. Just
And
leave it.
then he's
And then-
walking.
And he says, it's not rigged, it's not rigged. And then Russian Terminator says, traitor. And he shoots him.
And shoots him and walks away.
I hated that Russian Terminator even more in that moment. Like, actually, he was my worst. this
R.I.P.
season.
my homie Smirnoff.
I've seen all of my favorite characters die in a whole lot of series.
You see, this,
Like, some of them have come back to life as well, but this one hit hard.
This
'Cause
one
he
clapped me.
Did not
Deserve
deserve it in
yeah.
the
you see,
slightest.
this is what
a
this
traitor,
is what
guys.
Karabo spoke about
Oh.
in the last podcast. I think the one before the last one.
About people dying.
Exactly. Like
And then I'm scared.
I'd honestly rather Hopper die than Smirnoff.
Whoa,
dude.
what are you even talking about,
Yo,
bro?
bruh.
No, I'm
You
just
see,
saying,
though-
like hypothetically, like that's who I'd choose over.
But why?
Really?
Hopper
What?
is such an important part of the
He
show.
is Eleven's father.
Yeah, man, but like he's also an asshole.
You are
I mean,
cold.
he's great, but he's also
The
an
dude
asshole.
is
See why
damaged.
we rib him so much.
But
and
he's
why-
also damaged, dude. I mean, he lost a kid.
Yeah.
He lost his wife. Like, everything around him falls apart. He's the shittiest police chief that's ever
And
existed.
But also
he
the
lived the
greatest.
full life.
Has he lived a full life?
Okay, that,
Why
that,
do you
that
think-
I'm not quite
Well,
sure.
no,
let's see.
This is why he's become so fatherly, because he's missed out on that human. He's actually starting to feel, and in that letter.
Oh, okay, wait, let's not get there yet. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Shannon's gonna start getting annoyed.
I'm just
'cause we're
gonna
not
say in that
sticking
letter.
to the script. But
Did you refer to yourself in the third person?
Bruh.
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yo,
But just to wrap it up
Levels.
quite nicely, dude, Alexei's death flippin' hit us all.
Oh.
Dude, it was. And the worst thing is that you could almost kind of see it coming because there's this whole moment of like him getting into America and be like, this is actually not that bad.
And then
You can
boom.
feel it. You can feel that death coming from about 3 minutes before, and you can see it, and you just want
I
to
mean,
die.
even Murray saying, you know, I went to get a corn dog. It wasn't gonna take too long. Like, and then
It was gonna
like,
happen.
it affected him
It
as
hit,
well.
it hit
was-
Joyce, it hit Hopper, it hit all of them.
Ugh.
And even when you see him
connected
dead,
with Alexei.
yeah,
He-
dude.
All of
you
them,
really-
yeah.
Connect with him, and just the way he like. It was just even sadder when he was just chilling there
Yeah, dead,
in the middle of nowhere
dead.
on a container, and he was just.
Alone, no one around him.
But-
He was just,
That was probably the happiest he's
Moment.
ever been
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a very long time.
Yeah.
In
Hey,
a
man.
very long time.
Shout
There
out
was
to
that
him.
really badass fight scene in the.
in the haunted
Yes.
house vibe at the carnival. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
well,
Hopper.
Hopper's had such incredible fight scenes this season.
And he
I
won
really
one at
enjoyed
least
them.
for once. That's,
Oh, we're
I
gonna
really
call them
won.
fight scenes or ass whoopings.
Wee.
No, guys, but like he tried though. I'm not talking about whether he won or not. I'm just saying.
I'm more
They were
concerned. I'm more concerned about him running to that castle because this is the moment that I think me and Pre reference a lot, where we see him running and he's not looking good. Like, but yeah, boy is taking strain, bro. It's because the thing is, you can see his shirt coming out of. I mean, you can see his stomach coming out of his
That
shirt.
floral Hawaiian
Oh,
shirt.
you know
of
what,
his.
and like you can see he's technically running, but you're just not quite sure. It's like everything else is moving and he's standing still.
He managed to get away, didn't he?
But eventually, yes, we do see him going into the castle to fight the Russians, and he did flipping well.
Watching that is like
Yeah, no, but like that's like a classic reference to like most movies where I think horror movies do that a lot.
And the mirrors, of course.
Yeah.
Overdone, but I don't know. Did they was the mirrors necessary?
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
cool,
It's
bro.
a fun thing.
Sort of
It's
the
kind
thing
of like
that you see.
I think it was awesome. I just think that really.
I didn't
he
feel
needs
that
to-
scene so much.
I think if he will get there, but he needs to lose some weight.
It's like he
really
ate.
does.
It's like Magnum PI ate a whole Burger King.
Okay, guys. Obviously, we've got to keep going. We've got to get to obviously the the final episode. But obviously, how we're ending episode 7 or chapter 7 is that we find out that Elle's leg is actually infected.
Yes.
Did you guys see it coming?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
We see Elle screaming in pain. There's something in her leg. They need to get it out, and that's how it ends.
And you even saw the blood though, guys. Remember the blood in the supermarket when Billy I
Oh,
think came?
yes,
Yeah.
and it was
that moment,
coagulating,
yes.
yes.
In that moment you're like, okay, it is bigger than we think it is
Yeah.
actually.
And that is how obviously we go into the final chapter, which is called Battle of Starcourt. Isn't that nice? Isn't that like a nice Star Wars kind of Star Trekky title? I was like, ooh, I was sitting there in my seat and I was like,
because
this is
they wanted
looking
a
nice.
star in the name. Is that it?
It could be.
Oh, okay.
It could very well be. Actually, that's
Okay.
that. That's probably exactly the
Because
reason.
none of those movies have battle of in them.
But they have a lot of battles.
They just call Star Wars.
Right, okay.
Battle of Star Wars.
Okay, fine. Alright, fine.
asking. Shame.
No, I like that. But obviously, we jump right into things in this episode where they're trying to get this thing. Obviously, it's the mind flare within Elle. And this to me is the most dangerous thing ever. I'm thinking, what's going to happen? Is she going to get sick? Is this thing going to take control of her? Is she going to kill her? We're not really sure. And what ends up happening is that they decide, whatever it is, we've got to take it out. And I was like,
Cut it out! I just thought of that scene from How I Met Your Mother where Moss was like, Cut it out, Lily! Cut it out! That's all I thought.
my goodness, that
And the
was.
screams were hectic.
And it was like crying, screaming at the same time, and I was losing my mind. I was like, guys, please just cut this thing out. But also don't, because that's gonna be worse. Just, I don't know what
The
to
way
do. I don't know
Jonathan
what to
did
do.
it is like he went super deep and then he's inside of her leg and he's literally rummaging around it like it's a purse.
Looking
He's
for
like,
some
he's
spare
looking
change.
for something in his wallet and he's like, where is this thing, man? It's like,
Just
hold on.
where's my car keys?
Enough, I'll do it. And then she uses the powers, gets this thing out, and then
Yeah.
I mean, it's just carrying on,
Oh, no, but-
living its life, and then Hopper shoots it. And
No.
then everyone is together.
Hopper doesn't shoot it. I'll tell you what happens, bro. So Elle takes this thing out of her leg, and even that was excruciating for me to like see it slowly come. That was the worst. Hopper doesn't shoot it. He steps
Oh
on it.
yes,
Oh,
he
That's
says
when we see
it.
Hopper's
And literally everyone is just reunited at this
Yeah.
point.
Oh, thank
Scoop
God.
Troop,
Hugs.
everyone, all of them
The
together
families.
for once, for the first time
In the
since
longest
the
time.
beginning of the season, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
And then they split up again.
And then they split up again.
But obviously, to proper effect, where now the Scoop Troop have to go to Cerebro, which is at the top of what was it, Signal Hill, Silent Hill,
I don't know what I don't know what it's called.
and try and warn, or just not warn, but direct Hopper, Murray, and Joyce,
yes.
in the Russian base as to where they need to go and how they need to do it to destroy the machine.
Yes,
And then
correct.
obviously, Nancy, Elle, Jonathan, Mike, well, all of them are now trying to get Elle to safety because this massive creature, Demigorgon, huge spider motherfucker,
He's after her.
is now at the mall and is after them. And it's a very intense scene. They can't get out. They're in trouble.
Why can't they get out?
Well, they can't get out because Billy's waiting in the
Damn.
Billy's
parking
waiting,
lot.
and even before Billy's waiting, before everybody
Oh,
splits, there's that Erica and Murray scene where we
Oh,
realize
why
how
is-
important
yes.
Erica and Dustin were to you
Yeah.
know sorting everything out,
Exactly.
whatever, and knowing exactly how to direct everyone and whatnot. But Erica in that scene
It's beautiful.
was amazing.
And Murray is like, why is the thing
You listen
chatting
to
to
this,
me?
and yeah, why is this 4-year-old? And she's like, if you're gonna listen to him, you're all gonna die.
Oh.
That was amazing.
Brilliant.
Because this is the thing. I mean, as an adult, it must still be hard. I mean, obviously these kids have been through a lot. To be like, no, we've been in the Russian base. This is how you do it. You, as an adult, how do you hear that from a 4-year-old and be like, okay, what's the plan?
Lucas was also just like,
Dude.
Erica. He was just shocked and taken
You know?
aback as well.
You looked like you had something to say.
Oh, no.
You know that. And there was nothing. It's fine. We'll jump back into that. But that's obviously that thing where,
Yeah.
like, as an adult, how do you honestly do that with a straight face? Be like, draw us the plan. You know, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But obviously, as you're saying, there's
Fight or
this,
flight, dude.
we have
That's
this.
Fight or flight.
We have this. Where's the mind flare at this moment?
The mind flayer is coming towards
Oh,
them.
he's on the way.
He's
on
on.
the way.
Effectively,
He was-
so what happens is
He called an Uber. He's on the way.
yes. So now Nancy, Jonathan,
Drinking
um,
Coke.
Don't
Fine
drink.
Uber.
Don't drink in mind flare.
they're trying to get away. They can't get away because
Oh, Billy's still there.
took
Billy's
the ignition
you know,
cord out of the car, out of Nancy's car.
Yes.
Can't go anywhere. Billy's now there in the parking lot, threatening them by threatening to ram into them with his car.
Like a classic 80s villain.
So they
kind
go
of
back
vibe.
inside the mall, and then this thing is there, literally on top of the ceiling, and it cracks through, and then they have to hide. And this thing is looking for them
This is
everywhere.
so
They
scary.
can't go out. They can't stay in. What's going to happen? Where do they go? Elle, for some reason now, doesn't have her powers after she took the mind flare out of her leg. She's lost all use of her powers.
Yeah.
Can't even crush the can anymore. And we're left in this
Terrible
scene
moment.
wondering, everyone's going to die, aren't they?
Yeah, or you're like, someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
And then I'm busy wondering, they've taken this thing out of her leg, but what if a little piece was left behind, like when Will came out from
Yeah.
the first season?
No.
He came out, he was fine, and then he
Oh,
coughs
no.
up that
Exactly. And it's
dart. He coughs
Yeah.
up darts basically into the sink, and then you think, now maybe what if some of the stuff is in L?
Questions for season 4, perhaps. But obviously,
Season
Yeah.
4.
we have this huge scene where we have the mind flare versus, well, just trying to find the kids, and for the first time I think ever, we are truly terrified because Elle's powers are gone.
Yeah.
And this thing is just looking for them.
Yeah.
And in this most terrifying way.
Yeah.
Do you want to remind me of the maggots from King Kong? You know Peter Jackson's those maggots. You know, guys remember King Kong? Peter
Yeah.
Jackson?
Yeah.
That creepy kind of maniacs walking around. For the first time ever, I was like, "Oh, doesn't have powers. These guys are gonna die."
Yeah.
I thought someone was gonna be taken. At this time, we've got the other bras. Was it Dustin and Erica going up the hill
Yeah.
with Steven?
With Steve and Robin, yeah.
Yes. And what happens there? They're looking for a number, right?
We finally.
Oh yes,
Susie
yes,
is real. Susie is real, and she has the formula. What's it called? A code.
Planck's constant.
There we go.
Yeah,
Constant,
the password to get into the safe to get the 2 keys to turn the machine off. And
But surely that happens a bit later, though, doesn't
no,
it?
that's
It does,
we're
but
in
it's
time.
the
we're
big
in
thing that
Oh,
happened.
yes.
We're in that
Yeah.
now. Yeah, we're in that now. Yeah.
Oh, we're in that now.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah.
jump in. So obviously we have.
We're in it.
And it was amazing because.
So Dustin's girlfriend is real. Is that what everyone's saying?
Yes.
Beautiful.
And then,
And
before
then they
she-
have this touching scene.
Oh,
They have the
guys.
most beautiful scene.
Yes.
Where everyone is just waiting for their lives to be saved, and these two are just belting out.
But at first, he didn't want to.
How
'cause-
awkward was it? How awkward was it when she's like, no, but first you need. What did
Sweetie
she
Dusty
say?
poo. What's a dusty poo?
Dusty
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 poo,
poo.
you need to. She said, do it.
You need
so,
to sing
Yeah,
it.
she said, I need to hear it.
I
I need to
Yeah.
hear it now, and
I'm
we're
thinking
all like,
Dustin's
yeah,
gonna
right.
be like, I love you.
Like,
And
what was we?
this name breaks out into song.
Oh,
To the
Oh.
never-ending story song. When was the last time any of you heard that song? That song was amazing.
Can
man.
someone actually tell me or sing that song for me? Because it was so beautiful.
I only
Such
know
a
the
bad
chorus.
singer.
I only know that's just the never-ending story.
The never-ending story.
Yeah,
dude,
it's brilliant.
it was
It's amazing.
amazing. Oh.
Ah,
And there's a
Susie.
remake of that movie coming out sometime soon as well.
You joking?
Yeah, never ending story.
Okay, we
Oh,
are
yeah,
showering.
she does.
Yeah. So what I want to, what I find really funny, just a stupid moment of mine. While they're looking for this number, I was thinking, just Google it, and I was like, oh shit, dumbass. This is like 1,000 years before Google was even a thing. Obviously, we had this awesome moment where Susie gives this all-important number, which is really cool because she's a female character. She's been introduced, and in 5 minutes, we love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great, 100%. We have this moment, obviously, where they do escape. They get past Billy because, once again, Steve comes back.
Saves
Right on
them.
time.
And
Saves
then we
them.
find out why the guys didn't get their car back.
Oh, what?
Oh yeah,
Didn't
that's
they
why.
call
That's why
Oh,
the guy
because
didn't
it's
get his car
smashed.
back
Yes.
because he smashed into Billy.
But that was the thing. Like, once again, we had this moment, and this is maybe the 5th time that Steve has done this. Obviously, Nancy is facing against Billy. Billy's gonna drive into these kids. I don't know what Nancy. Well, Nancy was obviously trying to shoot Billy, and Steve comes through, saves the day yet again. Shout out! I think he's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you also then see the Max Billy thing, because then she starts to realize that her brother could die,
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
and
She
they
even asks.
focus on that, and he actually like. They were like, it has to be done.
Yeah,
We got to do what we got to do. And Nancy did what she had
Yeah.
to do, what she tried to.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, while all of this is happening, Hopper and Joyce are trying to switch this machine off.
Yes. Shooting the Russians and
shooting,
everything like that.
killing all of the Russians in the world. Murray is also hiding away because he's found the secret hideout, but he's also
Yeah.
trying to sort this thing out.
Well, a lot happened in this episode, hey?
Yeah.
Because there's
It's a
still
lot.
the
It was
car
quite
chase.
finale.
The car chase between the mind flare and the... We'll get to that.
No, that happened. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll get to that. So then now they're
Joyce
trying
and
to,
Hopper at
they're
the
trying
same
to
time.
turn this thing off, and then they need two people at once, like a nuclear bomb. You need to turn the key at the same time. And now,
But first, it's Joyce and
Terminator.
Hopper
yes,
that they finally have decided, after a long time, that they are actually going to go on a date.
oh yeah,
Right?
That was a kind of little setup too. Then that's
Yeah.
when I was like, okay,
Something
this guy's gonna
That's
die.
gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
letting us down lightly.
Oh, 100%. You could
Yeah.
see, I
they're
mean,
giving us a little bit of closure here, yeah. So then, and now with that scene set and them trying to do this, and then the Russian Terminator coming in and him fighting Hopper, and you're just like, what is going to happen? How is this going to? And then, while all of that is happening,
wow.
there's still the mall scene
It's
where
just fireworks going. on.
fireworks are just being
Yeah.
rained down upon this monster, this demigorgon, and you're like, what is happening? This is so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's so action
was a
packed.
lot.
It's there's a lot, but it was never jarring in any way, shape, or form. You never felt like, okay, this is too much. I feel overwhelmed now. It was
Yeah.
perfect. It was still perfectly timed, but you still had that little bit of anxiety with it. You're just like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Kind
And
of
you
thing.
just kept being like, Billy needs to die. Like in that moment,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
just before he died, I was like, okay, that's it. Billy needs to go.
He dies?
What? But
Yeah.
he doesn't die?
Yeah.
Hold on, how did we miss
I'm
the
joking.
entire car scene with the mind flare chasing them down? Was that the guys going to the hill?
Well,
yes.
yeah.
It's because the finale was so action
Yeah,
packed that they
guys.
started cards are just like, okay, that was good too, but then there was this.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was a great car. Like I was like, just seeing the mind flare in action. I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty dope. Anyway, let's move on. So we have this moment where we talking about Billy. Did Billy dies?
Billy went. He tried to attack L.
What? No, I'm joking. I know
No,
exactly
we
what
know.
you're talking
That
about.
Oh.
was,
He's
that
being
was
an
also
idiot.
Crazy, hey?
True.
Like
True.
Al kind of trying to get Billy to. Al basically
yeah.
changes Billy's
She
mind, gets into
literally-
Billy's head.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
how it was alluded the entire with the Max and everything, with Max and Billy, and how it was alluded that there's always going to be a little bit of Billy still in there that he can fight out.
Mm.
Al
It's in
manages
you.
to do
You can
that
find
with the memories that you
Yeah.
saw with
Yeah.
him, with his mom, and
It
describing his mother, and then it worked, and he came to, and
He became the
Shame.
sacrifice.
he literally pulled the Jesus.
These
Sure, dude.
these guys.
Are we sure he's dead though?
Yeah, he's dead.
One
I
of the
mean,
theories.
He
One
got
of the
stabbed
theories.
through.
Honestly, I choose to believe he is not dead.
Why?
And
What?
we'll get to that at the end of
Yeah.
everything.
One of the
Wow,
theories
we're talking about it now.
flying around is that he's actually in the upside down.
Cool.
Alongside theories that all the people that were
Oh,
consumed
they
are
in-
actually alive as well.
Oh,
That they
man.
didn't actually die.
We should do like a theories episode of this. Like the next episode should be a
But the-
theories episode.
Yeah, and the thing that gets me is that I notice now is how the Duffer Brothers are so they're able to turn on and off emotions so quickly with
Yeah.
us, because we went from hating Billy
Yeah.
and within seconds to loving him.
Yeah.
They literally switch it up so quickly. In the same way that if Al had to start suddenly become bad, we'd probably
Hate
flip
her,
that switch
yeah.
so quickly as well. And just
Yeah.
we're so emotionally involved.
D&D, DB Vice,
Yeah.
David Benioff. That's how
Yeah.
you
Do
make
something.
characters great. You know, you don't ruin them after
Yeah.
8 seasons
Mm.
of loving them and hating them in
Oh,
one
it
season.
always goes
Obviously,
back to Game of
I think I love guys, this
really
episode
traumatized
is charming.
people.
But we've all kind of beat around the bush of one of dude, I don't even care about anything else that happened in this finale. The moment that got to me, I think got to all of us, is the moment where we kind of realize Hopper has now finally defeated the Russian Terminator. Thank God, it's amazing. It looks like he's trapped. Joyce is upstairs. She has the choice to destroy the machine, but at what cost?
Because she knows it's going to kill Hopper as well.
It's gonna kill Hopper. And at this moment, the hairs on my arm were standing up, because you see that moment where there's tears in his eyes and he's looking at Joyce, and he just gives a little nod
That
saying,
nod, man. That nod just
Yeah.
keeps me
It's
up at
okay.
work.
"Yo, guys,
And he was-
I'm feeling it now."
He was happy
and sad.
but sad at the same time.
Looking
and he's like,
suave in
you're
his
doing the
Hawaiian
right
shirt.
thing. And then,
And like even
Oh.
it looked a little bit slow mo, a little bit of wind through his hair.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You know what? I love you. I love. Well, I don't know if you know. I love Al. I love those kids. You know what you got to do. You've got to sacrifice me,
For
Joyce. We've agreed on a date. We have agreed on a date, and I have to go now.
But we don't see his body though.
No, we're getting there. We're
we'll
getting
get to
there.
that, But obviously,
But in
then-
terms of that moment, you feel that moment of Hopper is gonna die. Hopper's
Yeah.
dead.
Yo.
You see all those
Then we're
Russians
just like-
burst into flames. Like that's the end of Hopper.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. I know D. Congratulations to you. You called it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you did.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The voice of
I-
reason.
I-
Thank you for ruining my entire
Cold-hearted
week.
bastard.
I'm sorry.
asshole.
guys. Like, it
You
is
belong
what
in
it
the
is.
upside
People
down.
have to die. Anyway.
Anyway, Anyway, okay. Hopper's death was tragic for me, and I'm still trying to recover. But yes, Hopper's dead, and
they close the gates.
they close the gate. Once again, the mind flare collapses
It's
into a
gone.
pool
How
of goo.
crazy was it that the mind flare collapsed right after killing Billy? I thought in my head, so if the gate
they
had
had-
closed, right
Yeah.
before he
second
killed,
earlier.
a second
yeah.
earlier, Billy
Yeah.
could have been alive.
Yeah.
Right?
We're not sure that because
I don't know, but
with
No, it
Will,
would have
was
been.
the upside down also in operation, or was it like under construction still? I don't know.
I think it's always there. It's
Yeah.
just access into it
To
is
get
what.
Yeah.
it's a different
So you need that
dimension.
link. You need that Wi-Fi connect to the
Yes.
upside down.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
So then maybe, but it's actually a great theory. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. But obviously,
Well, maybe Hopper's in there as well.
ooh, let's get there. Okay, 3 months later, blah blah. Everyone's leaving. It
Yeah,
seems.
because Joyce is now obviously
Lost
officially,
another love
yeah,
to
Sure.
death.
and
Yeah.
to these fucking monsters and
Jeez,
this stupid thing,
yeah.
and they leave.
You
Well
guys so
said,
touched
Ruben.
about
How are you
am.
not? Hop
I
is
am.
amazing.
cried so much in that
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Everyone is crying. Everyone's emotional, and it's so emotional just to end.
And
Oh
Hopper.
well, you think that's the end of everything because everyone's leaving, and then
Yeah.
the note, the letter.
Oh, the letter.
Damn letter, man.
Can you do me no more? Woo! I was destroyed.
Yeah.
The letter,
Yeah.
man.
The
Yeah.
letter, man.
That
Obviously,
was
yeah.
Hopper's feelings on a page. Everything he's felt probably for the last
Forever.
20 years.
Yeah, I know. I said he should have died, but like I
No one
felt
cares
that
what you
one
say
too.
now. You've done it.
I
You've
felt
caused
that-
it.
I
You were
felt that
boasting
too.
about
I
it.
felt that too. I mean, I'm. Damn, man. I'm human.
Oh
Okay?
really? Oh okay. Okay.
So obviously, the buyers are leaving. They've got Elle with her. She doesn't have powers. Mike and Elle love each other. Nancy and Jonathan too, but we're not sure where that's gonna go.
Because that's a long distance relationship. It's a whole lot of things.
we
being
at the
torn
Binge
apart,
League, we don't
yeah.
really condone long distance relationships.
We
but you,
condone-
any relationship you want.
What?
No.
Please speak for yourself.
No, bro, I just got married. I can't get divorced.
there we go. And obviously, there's this wonderful. But wait,
There's more.
there's more. They pull the Marvel on us. They've got a post-credit scene. And I just want to ask you guys before the scene: did you think Hopper's gone? That's it, or did you have this moment? You're like, I'm not sure.
Still convinced that Hopper's gone.
Okay.
I thought Hopper was dead and everything was done, and
Yep.
I didn't even know that there was a post credit scene until you guys told me yesterday. And then I watched it literally before we started recording this one. It was a shock to the system.
Yeah, man. It was just it's too much. And now the problem is I think we kind of know that he's alive. We think that, but I need to see it. I need to know for sure.
Yeah.
Because wait for it, there's another theory that the American is actually Dr. Brenner.
Whoa!
Who dat?
Elle's father,
father.
the lab father, the
Yeah.
white-haired dude. Because obviously in season 2, remember, they confirmed that he wasn't dead.
Yeah.
Oh my hat.
There is a
Well,
theory
well,
that it
well.
could be him.
What do you know?
Okay, guys. I think on that note, I think it's time to wrap up.
Can I just say that anybody who dates Joyce dies? And that is a fact.
You went out for a phone call. What happened during this phone call, bro?
Okay.
Yo.
Okay. I I think he has grounds, I guess.
More
No,
disappointing than
do
season
not-
8 of Game of Thrones.
Do not
Actually-
date Joyce.
Right.
The problem-
in the
Right.
next season,
Yo,
don't date
guys.
Joyce, you will die.
We've got
Okay,
through a
we've gone-
lot
yeah.
in this podcast.
Yeah.
If you've made it all the way to the end, we
Thank you.
thank you. Please, we thank you. Thank you so much. Obviously, rate. I'm so sorry for the long one, but there was a lot to go through, and I think we did it justice. It's been a pleasure doing Stranger Things with you gentlemen and Karabo. She had to bounce. Unfortunately, she was a beautiful voice here. It was
It
stunning.
really was.
But
we
gentlemen,
got to speak to a girl.
yeah, it was good for you as well. For me,
Yeah,
it was
it was
like,
pretty
woo, yeah.
Alright.
Praneel,
Alright.
any last words for you, my friend?
From me, no, I'm just looking forward to what's to come.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of theories, there's a lot of discussions to be had over the next year, and then I just think like I'm gonna go back and rewatch the season again,
Beautiful.
just to catch up on the little things I may have missed, and then some of those goofs and stuff that we spoke about in the earlier podcasts.
Go through it.
But I'm just looking forward to just the content that's gonna come through now between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
D, what were you saying? Do you enjoy
Uh,
the season of the Binge League and Stranger Things?
Binge League, always Stranger Things, amazing.
Mm.
Was amazing season. I've got a couple of theories I'll post on Twitter, #Binge League.
Lovely.
Yeah, over to you.
What are we saying, boy?
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what's great about this?
What's this?
Is again, I'm going to reference this after Game of Thrones. I'm like, there's nothing that's going to compare because of the theories. It was just, and you know, Game of Thrones is just theories
Yeah.
because of the books, and then books ended, show still carried on. You didn't know what was going to happen, so you postulated your own ideas and what's going to happen. You're just like, this is going to now knowing that there's an end credit scene where the American could possibly also be Billy.
Be
if
anyone.
he's not
Could
in
be
the
anyone.
underground.
This is
Hopper.
exactly why Erica doesn't want to be a nerd. Listen to
It's
you right
so
now.
amazing. Then there's Erica, who now has Dungeons and Dragons things that she's gonna sort out and do the shandies with. And then there's just so much that's going to like. Where I'll get her powers back. Is she going to pull a whirl where she's gonna have the Spidey sense for these things? Like it's. I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen from now. And hopefully it's next year and it's not a 2-year wait.
Yeah.
And this time next year we'll be doing this on season 4.
Yes.
Maybe I will get her powers back when the Mind Flay comes back.
Oh!
From my side, Stranger Things has been incredible. The Binge League has been incredible. It's been awesome to have you guys again. As I say, like, rate, review. And just on one more thing that I want to say before we go. Guys,
Never-ending story.
in a world full of 10s, be an 11.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, that was, I'm so. It's
Holy
a long one.
shit.
Dude,
How long
even,
is that?
bro,
50.
I was laughing because
That's a whole